Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alexandria Adams, and we are live right now on our streaming news desk, and we are preparing you and your family for spring break. You know, around 30% of Tennesseans say that they're going to be going somewhere in the next couple of weeks. I actually spoke to AAA spokesperson Megan Cooper about some of the hot spots that those Tennesseans will be traveling to. Spring break coming up for so many mid-state travelers that want to go somewhere with their families. Where are some of the top destinations that those families are going to be going to?
Yeah, so AAA just recently did a survey on travel trends, and a portion of that focused on spring break. And what we found is that about a third of Tennesseans are planning to travel for spring break. And by far and large, beaches were the top destination, followed by theme parks and then road trip vacations. Likely those road trips are going to the beaches and to those theme parks, but warm weather destinations. Tennesseans are looking for a break and they're looking for warm weather.
Yeah, especially after that big winter storm we just got out of. So when you
Yeah.
were talking about some of those warm destinations, maybe Florida, Gulf Shores, Alabama area.
Yeah, Florida beaches are always extremely popular. They're not too far of a drive for us here in Tennessee, which is why they're always popular. With those theme parks, most of the time that is Disney World, which is also close to the beach. So those are always going to be popular destinations for Tennesseans. Another trend that we're seeing emerge and have for the last couple of years is cruising. Even more so, people that are driving to their cruise destination to avoid flying there. So, again, even more road trips planned for beaches and cruise destinations.
About how many people are we expected to see travel somewhere?
We don't have a specific number like our other travel forecasts. We just have um, right around a third of Tennesseans said that they would travel for spring break.
Okay, okay. When you're talking about preparing to get on the roads, of course, there are some things we should do to prep our cars. Can you kind of go over some of those tips?
Yeah, so if you're planning on taking a road trip, don't wait until the last minute to check your vehicle. We've had some cold weather. We've, seen some icky stuff on the roads. So make sure that you are not only doing a car wash, but make sure that you are up to date on your maintenance. So, oil changes, filter changes, all of those important things that we tend to forget about. Make sure that you do them before your road trip. Those are simple things that can save you a headache. And you don't want anything to malfunction or mess up on your road trip. You want to get to your spring break destination so you can relax and unwind.
And definitely better do that sooner rather than later.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you guys receive these calls, AAA, to help out people, is there a number one kind of call that you receive for people around this time of the year?
Yeah, generally, tire related issues, battery related issues, and lockouts are three of the top service calls that we get. This time of year, we have the cold temperature swings, which is where those tires come in, and then batteries again, another easy thing to check. So just make sure that you are checking all of those things before you head out, but also having an emergency kit is very helpful. So a first aid kit, basic tools that can help some of those simple fixes. The more that you can prepare ahead of time will make your drive a whole lot easier.
Yeah, power banks always very helpful, and water.
Yes.
Could you talk about gas prices? Are we going to be saving any money there with the road travel?
Yeah. So with gas prices, we are seeing gas prices cheaper than we were at this time last year. Right now, we are in a time frame where we typically expect our gas prices to start to trickle up. Spring break is the first big travel event of the year. And usually around this time, we start to see that demand for gasoline increase. Now is the time where those refineries are beginning to make those changes to switch from winter blend to summer blend gasoline. So there's a lot happening right now. And in a normal year, we typically start to see our gas prices shift upwards around spring break. End of spring during the summer is when we typically see our most expensive gas prices. But even when gas prices are expensive, we don't find that deters people from traveling. But the good news for those planning a road trip this year is we are getting a break currently compared to what we were seeing last year.
We'll take it. I'm trying to think of anything else that I might have missed out on. Anything else that people should be thinking of before they hit the road?
I'll just add to you from a travel trend perspective. Um, the biggest thing that people were looking for in their spring break trip were relaxation. And then closely behind that were they were looking for new or interesting things to do, either attractions or new places to go. So relaxation is top of mind, but also trying new things is popular. And for most that are traveling, it's a family affair. So most of our people that we surveyed were traveling with either immediate family, or grandparents. So it's those family trips where people are really looking to rewind, to relax, but also try something new. And I will say, if you have not already booked your spring break travel plans, I would strongly advise you to go ahead and do so, especially if you're looking at beach destination or one of those theme parks. Go ahead and get that booked now. We're expecting for those destinations to be extremely popular. So if you haven't booked it, go ahead and get that taken care of. Strongly advise working with a travel advisor, considering travel insurance to help protect that trip. But if you are just now on the planning stages, go ahead and start making those bookings if you are planning to travel for spring break.
Yeah, go ahead and get on it. And one other thing, you were talking about everybody coming in the car. I imagine family dogs are going on the trips as well to get
They
a
are.
little relaxation time too.
Yes, and we even asked, and a fair amount of people were traveling with their family pet.